et solidaire, on a créé Roule. Roule, le club automobile ouvert à tous.
Second race of the weekend for the Alpine Elf Cup Series from Portimao, about to get underway. It's the second 25-minute plus one lap encounter on this 4.653 kilometer circuit on 15 turns here in the south of Portugal. Beautiful conditions, 29 degrees track temperature, air temperature a lovely 17 degrees. Cars lining up on the grid. Here's how they line up. It's Leo Jusset, the Nagaro race winner, and second in the championship on pole position ahead of Pierre Sansanina, the 2018 champion. Championship leader Charles Roussin leads Enzo Geraci, yesterday's race winner, on row 2, then Tom Vardier and Lucas Papin on row 3. Row 4 is Sandro Perisuti, and then that's our challenger pole sitter, Thibaut Bossi alongside him, Gaspar Simon and Enzo Cavalido on row 5. Sami Dari and Florian Korubler make up row 6. Just behind them is Matteo Nomblot and Anthony Gerardo. His fourth race of the weekend after contending in the Clio Cups as well on row 7. Pierre-Laurent Figuier and Frédéric de Brabant. That's the challenger pole position. Philippe Lorica and Clément Berly on row 9. Then it's Philippe Bourgeois, Alain Jaisano and Laurent Richard that completes a 21-car field as the formation lap is underway. And it is Leo Jusset on the left-hand side of the grid as we will look at it in that black bonneted white and red number 4 car from Race Cars Consulting. Our race 2 winner from Nagaro came into this weekend third in the championship and was second yesterday. Now, a bit of confusion in yesterday's race as Charles Roussin was the winner on the road, but it was Enzo Geraci who ended up inheriting the win after a 5-second time penalty was applied to Roussin's car for a track limits infringement. That demoted him down to third position overall, but still the championship leader going into this race. And he lines up third on the grid as well, with Leo Jusset, his nearest title rival, starting on pole position. Then Enzo Geraci, yesterday's race winner, alongside him on the second row of the grid as well. In terms of the challenger competition, which is for the drivers aged 23 to 44 without sporting success, it is yesterday's race winner on pole position there in 7th position overall, and second in class yesterday was Thibaut Bossi. He lines up second in class again today with Florian Korubler in 12th position overall, and third in the challenger class. And Philippe Lorica, yesterday's gentleman class winner, second in the gentleman runners on the grid. And then yesterday's second place finisher, Frédéric de Brabant, in pole position for that class. It's Alain Jaisano who was leading that category going into this weekend. So 21 of the Alpine A110 Cup machines and 21 of the 1.8 litre turbocharged 4-cylinder engines that produce 300 brake horsepower. But we'll head down into turn 1 for the second time this weekend. And it will be Leo Jusset, as we said, in that black bonneted white and red machine that will be on the left-hand side as we will look at it. And the 76, also from Race Cars Consulting, starting on the front row with him. So Race Cars Consulting front row lockout. With VPS Racing's Charles Roussin in the blue car. That will start from the second row of the grid. Enzo Geraci from Chazal Technology Course Junior in the cream-nosed car on the outside of the second row. So we're about to get racing. Cars in their 2x2 formation. Heading up towards the line. Pace car peels off to the right-hand side. And Leo Jusset on the left-hand side, as we will look at it from turn 1, will lead them down the straight. We await for the lights. We've already had contact in the middle of the field before the lights even went out. A bit of bunching up clearly going on there. And we have an aborted start as a result of that. And that looks like the 28 has gone into the back of the 128. So Matteo Lamblant has gone into the back of Sami Dari, and that's damaged both cars. Sami Dari's got smoke coming out the back of his car, so it'll be an additional formation lap. And Sami Dari, the VPS racing car, carrying damage. We can see it's smoking as a result of the bodywork rubbing up against that right rear corner. So a very difficult start for him and for Matteo Lamblant in the 128 car. In his debut season in the Alpine Elf Cup Series, but yeah, not great for him, and so we will have to wait an additional lap. Now the clock has started ticking down. This will count into the actual race time of 25 minutes plus 1 lap. So clearly a mistake from Matteo Lamblant. As you see, they were sort of fanning out well before it even happened, and yeah, get Lamblant just caught out by the pace at which the cars in front were running, and goes into the back of Sami Dari. There is debris on the front straight there as well. That is going to have to be gathered up and collected. I wonder if Sami Dari will even start the race because he's got that smoking right rear tyre after the contact. So we will have attempt number 2 then, coming out of turn 13. We'll line back up in their 2x2 formation. Here's a replay of it again. And you see Lamblant was trying to avoid the back of that car, but just clipped the right rear corner of it with his left front. But here we go. Attempt number 2 with now 22 minutes plus a lap also remaining. Leo Jousset on the left-hand side versus Pierre Sansanina on the front row of the grid. Charles Roussin, the championship leader, just behind them as well in the blue and white car. Enzo Geraci, yesterday's race winner, coming into the pits is Matteo Lamblant. Looks like Sami Dari will try and... oh, no, sorry, that was Sami Dari coming into the pits. It's Matteo Lamblant who will attempt to take the start. As the lights go out, we are racing once again in Portugal. A cracking start made by Charles Roussin. Tries to split the 2 cars from the front row of the grid, but it's Pierre Sansanina from the outside of the front row who leads going into turn 1, and Charles Roussin trying to get around the outside of the pole sitter Leo Jousset through turn 1. That is the championship leader to the outside at turn 3. The 2 nearest title rivals going side by side here on the opening lap. Charles Roussin gets pushed out onto the curb, but eventually the track swings in his favor to the left-hand side, and he gets through into second position. 2 cars off there. 23 was facing the wrong way. That was Laurent Richard. And 1 other car was definitely alongside him there with him as Enzo Geraci gets very close to Leo Jousset going into the hairpin at turn 5. They run side by side now coming through turn 6 and into 7. He's going wheel to wheel now with Tom Vardier that he was close with at the hairpin. Here's a look again. So the 23 and 172, that's Philippe Lorich having to take evasive action. Back to live pictures then, and move up the inside into turn 11, but it is Pierre Sansanina who leads by 0.6 of a second to Charles Roussin. Leo Jousset in 3rd position, Tom Vardier 4th, Enzo Geraci 5th. Florian Corubla holding his challenger class lead in 6th. Then Lucas Papin, Thibaut Bossi, Anthony Gerardo, and Sandro Perasuti completing the top 10 as they make their way for the first time round the first time at speed through the final corner. 20 minutes plus 1 lap remaining. Pierre Sansonina, the 2018 series champion, trying to check out at the front of the field. He leads by half a second at the end of the first lap. Enzo Guarasci trying to make a move on Tom Vardier into fourth position at turn 1, and through goes yesterday's race winner. The Frenchman gets the job done on the inside, and now Florian Coruble is trying to follow the youngster through up on the inside at turn 4. They were side by side through there. And this is suddenly looking very close for the lead of the race. Charles Roussin going down the inside into turn 5 on Pierre Sansonina. Charles Roussin, the championship leader, into the lead of the race, and back where he was on the road yesterday before that 5-second penalty was applied that denied him the victory. And suddenly the top 3 cars are absolutely nose to tail. Pierre Sansonina doing the fastest lap. Don't know what good it did him, because Charles Roussin threw into the lead. So I don't know if that was a mistake there, because he was half a second ahead. All of a sudden, Charles Roussin was all over the back of him. And Leo Jusset right in the fight as well. And Enzo Guarasci now in fourth position as well, looking to close that gap. He's 8/10 behind Leo Jusset in that battle for the podium. Heading up through turn 13 once again. They'll complete the second green flag lap of this race. Charles Roussin leading the way in that VPS Racing run car. Must remember, Charles Roussin still in his first year in the championship. He joins us as the reigning Trophy Midjet France champion. He won on his series debut in Nogaro. Came here with the championship lead. Won on the road yesterday, but had it taken away from him. And I'm sure he'll have had some words of wisdom from his coach, Pierre Gasly. And I'm sure those words are going to help him here as he's under attack coming into the first corner. Pierre Sansonina trying to get round the outside. Enzo Guarasci doing the fastest lap of the race in his bid to close these guys down. From fourth position, Roussin defends to the inside at turn 3. And Charles Roussin coming under big pressure from 2 race cars consulting cars. And Enzo Guarasci for Giselle Technology course will be on the scene very soon, I would have thought as well. Leo Jusset coming down the inside now for second position. Pierre Sansonina demoted to third, our early race leader. And the pole sitter is up into second place once again. Now half a second behind Charles Roussin, but that's the second move we've seen down there at turn 5. That's given Roussin just a little bit of reprieve and has brought Enzo Guarasci right into the thick of it. And Lucas Papin not too far behind in that number 8 machine as well. He's in his second year of the Alpine Elf Cup. As is Enzo Guarasci, who's looking to the inside. Yesterday's race winner. And Pierre Sansonina is going backwards here quite quickly, as this is the third car to make a move on Sansonina, the 2018 champion, although Sansonina is not making it too easy for him. Defends to the inside at turn 13, and Guarasci has to wait another couple of corners before he can get his man. Got to be aware of Lucas Papin as well. We already know how good he is at passing cars. Went from 14th to 4th in Nogaro in the second race last time out. Flying through the final corner once again. Cars rocketing over those bumps at the final corner. It's great to watch. Charles Roussin leads the way by just 0.6 of a second, trying to break the toe a little bit from Leo Jusset there. Side by side for third place as Enzo Guarasci's now found himself the inside line going into turn 1, and Pierre Sansonina demoted from his podium position. Now Lucas Papin, the next car in that black and gold car, now up the inside into turn 3 is Papin, the number 8 machine, and he squeezes out the 2018 champion as well. Sansonina going backwards quite quickly indeed. Soon he'll be Tom Vardier and Florian Coruble, the challenge class leader, who'll be challenging him. And in fact, they already are coming into turn 5. Vardier around the outside in the 88. And running off the circuit there was Vardier, the French Caterham 420R champion from a few years ago. But Vardier having to stick behind in 6th position for now, wary of Florian Coruble behind him. Rising back up the hill now through turns 10 and 11 at the top of the hill. Nice wide line being looked for there by Florian Korubler in the number 2 machine. On the podium in both races in Nagaro, but not yesterday. Was in terms of his class, but not the overall. See, the closest battle on track at the moment is between Tom Vardier and Florian Korubler. Pierre Sansonina has picked up just a little bit of respite. And big wobble there for Florian Korubler as he came through the final corner. That's cost him quite a bit of momentum. He was right up the chuff of Vardier's car a few corners ago, but not anymore. Roussan's lead now 0.8 of a second, who's over Leo Jusset, who's 1 second clear of Enzo Geraci. This is Thibaut Bossi, who was getting a little roughed up in yesterday's race, and now looking for the lead in the challenger class. He's on the back of Florian Korubler. That little moment that he had at the final corner cost him quite a bit of momentum there, did Korubler. And Gaspar Simon not too far behind them as well. This is in the lower fringes of the top 10. Thibaut Bossi going for the challenger class lead down into turn 5, but Florian Korubler does defend his position. It's for 7th overall, but the lead in challenger, Gaspar Simon, the son of Ludovic Simon, the Clio Cup champion, trying to muscle his way through as well in the black number 16 car. Just about halfway through this race almost, and still we are looking at Tom Verdier trying to find a way through, but now it is Gaspar Simon to the inside of Thibaut Bossi, still there side by side as Bossi runs out wide onto the runoff area. Bossi will have the line into the next left-hander, but big outbraking maneuver, maybe a little bit of panel rubbing there between Gaspar Simon and Thibaut Bossi, but Simon is through into 8th position now. Gaspar Simon, one of the many junior drivers in the field, racing for the Schumacher CLRT outfit, just 17 years of age, and he's in his first season of Alpine racing as well, having moved over from Caterham Academy in France. He's also doing the French GT4 Championship in an Alpine as well. Tom Verdier still looking at the back of Pierre Sansonina. There's squabbling going on further back as well. Looked like Anthony Gerardo trying to make a move on Sandro Perisuti, get himself into the top 10. Tom Vardier still looking at the back of Pierre Sansonina. Tom Vardier in the 88 car from Giselle Technology Course Junior. So moved over from GT4 competition over the last couple of years. And these 3 cars still not letting up, as well as Thibaut Bossi trying to come back up the inside. Gaspar Simon trying to dispatch of the challenge class leader as well. He might well have just done so now. On the inside at turn 7, they run side by side. Gaspar Simon in the black car, Florian Korubler in the white Giselle Technology course car, and he gets squeezed out. Gaspar Simon through up into 7th position now. Next car up the road will be his junior class rival, Tom Vardier, but some 2.5 seconds up the road. And the challenge class leaders are now back together, line astern once again. That's Florian Korubler and Thibaut Bossi. Thibaut Bossi in the black and red Herrera racing car, being closed in on by Anthony Gerardo as well. He's just finished his Clio Cup race, which he won, so he's in good spirits already. Sandro Perisuti and Enzo Carvalho are joining them as well. 10.5 minutes plus 1 lap to go. Nobody can touch Charles Roussan out in the lead at the moment. The gap still around 0.7 of a second. And Leo Jusset bringing the gap down ever so slightly on that last lap, but they are still 1.4 seconds clear of Enzo Geraci. At the moment, it's the same drivers comprising the podium from yesterday, but in a very different order. As Lucas Papin has arrived on the back of Enzo Geraci's car, trying to fight for the last spot on the podium. 0.6 of a second away at the line, but it seems closer than that now, just a couple of corners later. So Lucas Papin, I think, going for his first podium of the season against Enzo Geraci here, if he can make that move work. So still Leo Jusset trying to close that gap. Now, he took a couple of tenths out of Roussan last time around, and actually another couple of tenths in the first sector of this lap. Fastest driver in the first sector at the moment is Lucas Papin in 4th position, but see how the gap ebbs and flows once again. Now see Jusset lost a couple of tenths that time to Roussan in the middle sector, so the gap back out to 3/4 of a second. It's looking very close now for 3rd position. Enzo Geraci in the 136 Chazal Technology Course Junior car against Lucas Papin in the Schumacher CLRT car, the black and gold number 8 machine, the 19-year-old from Saint-Remy, going up against the young Enzo Geraci. Let's see how much of a tow he can get down the straight. We're starting lap number 9 in this race. Race lead is only less than half a second now, but Geraci having to go defensive into the first corner. Lucas Papin trying to get around the outside. Tom Vardier, meanwhile, getting on the inside of Pierre Sansanina. Sansanina runs out wide. And to the inside here, Lucas Papin for 3rd position against Enzo Geraci. The Schumacher CLRT car is through on the inside and up into 3rd position. Now, has Enzo Geraci got any kind of a rebuttal? Yes, he has. They run side by side again. A switchback from Geraci. He lunges on the inside at turn 5 and takes 3rd position back. The old up and under works wonders for Lucas Papin. They run side by side once again, but the track will favor Enzo Geraci as it swings right and he's on the inside. And again, a switchback from Lucas Papin, but gets his nose chopped off there by Enzo Geraci. Fabulous racing between those two cars. And at the end of it, it's still Geraci ahead in 3rd position. So Lucas Papin's got to rethink, readjust. And behind them, it's still Pierre Sansanina leads Tom Vardier for 5th position. This battle for 3rd's got us fully engrossed at the moment as Papin looks to the inside, this time at turn 13. Another nice move being made here, and can Geraci try the old up and under once again? They run side by side towards the penultimate corner. Now Geraci will have the tow all the way down the front straights, of course, so might have a run and be able to challenge again into the first corner. For now, Lucas Papin fighting for his first podium finish of the season. But Geraci has more experience in this series and tries to take it back again. He's on the outside now, going down towards the first corner. Lucas Papin defending very nicely there on the inside, and he does manage to hold on to the place. And so fending off the vice champion from last year and the former French F4 racer as well. Message on the timing screen that Anthony Gerardo, car number 5, has got to have 5 seconds added to his race time. I can only imagine that is for track limits. Side by side again for 3rd position. Geraci down the inside into turn 5, and Lucas Papin coming straight back at Geraci and takes it straight back again. This is a fabulous battle between these two cars, squabbling over the last position on the rostrum. That has brought Pierre Sansanina and Tom Vardier right back into contention as well. So only 1.5 seconds separating these 4 cars at the moment. Wonderful stuff. Pierre Sansanina at the back of it, Lucas Papin at the front of it. Let's see if he can make a breakaway. Sandro Perisuti has to have 5 seconds added to his time as well. That's second in the Challenger class, but we'll keep our eyes focused on this battle for 3rd position overall. 5 minutes plus 1 lap to go. Tom Vardier suddenly dropped off the back of this train as well by a few tenths of a second, but if these guys squabble, he'll scoop it right back up again. Lucas Papin again defending to the inside on the right-hand side of the circuit as Enzo Geraci tries to get through once again on the outside line into the first corner. Nothing doing there. Now Geraci's got to watch his mirrors as well as what's happening in front of him, because it's got Pierre Sansonina, the 2018 series champion, right on the back of him, and Enzo Geraci nibbling at the heels of Lucas Papin there, pushing him out of turn 3. So that slight exchange of paint there, and Geraci now having to go really defensive against Pierre Sansonina. Sansonina to the outside at turn 5, but there's no way through there. And we're going to see again that that little nudge. Perfect close-up at the right time as well. Dunk. Just a light little brush there. No harm, no foul. See the confirmation of Sandro Perisuti's time penalty as well. That's given Lucas Papin just a little bit of reprieve there in 3rd position. He's pulled out nearly 3/4 of a second on Enzo Geraci here while he's been watching Pierre Sansonina in his mirrors. Tom Vardier not far behind as well, of course. And yeah, 3/4 of a second now. There's a visual on the timing screen. That is Lucas Papin's advantage. Will try and pull away, make hay while the sun is shining, and Enzo Geraci's occupied by Pierre Sansonina, who just did a personal best last time around as well. Let's see what it is when they get across the line. Jean-Roussin's lead, by the way, now up to 1.4 seconds. He's looking very comfortable out at the front of the field. Geraci again, well, Papin even going defensive or trying to break the toe. Sansonina looks to the inside, but no way through. 2.5 minutes plus a lap to go. It's Pierre Sansonina racing in the pro category, one of 2 cars that are deemed to be pro, as a reigning series champion, largely comprising of youngsters. The junior category for under 23, and the gentleman class there, of course, as well. And the challenger sort of linking the 2. Well, still 3rd position's not quite sorted yet, because Geraci was a little quicker in the first sector there than Lucas Papin. The gap back under 7/10 of a second. So we won't count out Geraci and Sansonina for the podium just yet. Lucas Papin fighting for his first podium of the season. Enzo Geraci, yesterday's race winner, fighting to get back on the rostrum. Vice champion of last year, caused a lot of expectation to be fighting for the title this year, which he is doing, but Charles Roussin's showing a few people up at the moment. So it'll be his 3rd win on the road, so to speak, but 2nd official one. As we are starting the penultimate lap of the race now. Flying through the final corner for the penultimate time. And yeah, Geraci's right back. He's really gathered himself up nicely and got himself back onto the tail of Lucas Papin, who's feeling the pressure. Defensive into the first corner. Side by side we run into turn 1, but Geraci can't do anything with the outside line, and Lucas Papin does hold on for another few corners at least. This battle now 4.5 seconds behind Leo Jousset in 2nd place. But it is only just over a second separating those 3 cars at the moment. There is the lead battle. Charles Roussin 1.3 clear of Leo Jusset in second, who in turn is nearly 5 seconds clear of Lucas Papin in second place. Charles Brissan on course for a second victory of the season. And Leo Jusset will be taking home another podium finish. Of course, our race 2 winner in Nogaro came here third in the championship. On course for another victory. Charles Brissan, as we mentioned, series debut win in Nogaro. A great start to the season for the Trophy Midget champion, not only under the tutelage of Pierre Gasly, but also sure getting some words of wisdom. The VPS racing team comprising of Mathieu Vaxivière, the Alpine endurance team driver, as well as Aurélien Panis and Rafael Serrano. So Charles Brissan now drives up towards the line and will start the final lap of the race. 1.2 seconds clear of Leo Jusset, who closed in a couple of tenths. Lucas Papin still has his mirrors full of Enzo Guaracci and Pierre Sansanina. So last spot on the podium, not decided just yet. Leo Jusset doesn't seem to be giving up just yet. He's trying to close down the VPS Racing car. Heading down the back straight, still we see Lucas Papin there in third place, doing a great job to fend off Enzo Guaracci and Pierre Sansanina. And Leo Jusset doing yet another fastest first sector. He's been pumping those in for quite a few laps now. The gap now 1 second. We are on the last lap. It would be fairly extraordinary for Leo Jusset to do anything about Charles Brissan at this stage in the race. I'm sure Brissan won't love seeing Jusset getting just slightly bigger in his mirrors. All he's got to do is keep it on the black stuff and take his second victory of the season. Been a pretty superfluous drive for Charles Brissan once he took the lead. Showed no signs of relinquishing it. And very much making up for the fact that he lost yesterday's race win with a 5-second track limits time penalty. Leo Jusset continuing to try and close down the gap, but it's not going to be enough to stop Charles Brissan and the VPS Racing team. It'll be another win on the road for Charles Brissan, but his first of the weekend, his second of the season. Charles Brissan comes up towards the line and wins race 2 in Portimao of the Alpine Elf Cup Series by 0.6 of a second in the end to Leo Jusset, and Lucas Papin joins them on the podium for the first time for the Schumacher Racing team. Enzo Guaracci and Pierre Sansanina in the top 5. Tom Vardier and Gaspar Simon 6th and 7th, and then looks side by side almost across the line between Sandro Perisutti and Florian Carubla for the Challenger class lead. It went to Sandro Perisutti by less than 0.2 of a second, but that number 26 car has got a 5-second time penalty, and that does drop him to 10th position overall, and it will be a Challenger class victory for Florian Carubla, his first of the weekend. Sandro Perisutti yesterday. And the gentleman class win once again going to Philippe Lorica in 12th position overall, ahead of Frédéric de Brabant. Charles Brissan, second win on the road for this weekend, but his first officially after that time penalty yesterday. Made up for the disappointment I'm sure he would have faced after hearing about that penalty and losing the race win, being demoted to 3rd position. But no one's taken this one away from him. And Leo Jusset, it's another podium for him after his win in Nogaro. Last time out, and 2nd position once again. So Charles Brissan takes his 2nd win of the season. It's Leo Jusset 2nd for the 2nd time this weekend. Lucas Papin on the podium for the first time, ahead of Enzo Guaracci and Pierre Sansanina. Tom Vardier and Gaspar Simon in 6th and 7th. The Challenger class win going to Florian Carubla, ahead of Enzo Varalhido. Carvalho, sorry, and Sandro Perasuti second amongst the challenger runners. Anthony Gerardo and Philippe Bourgeois, who secured the gentleman class win. Then Thibaut Bossy and Clement Berly. Frederic de Brabant in 15th position. 16th was Pierre-Laurent Figuier, Philippe Lorica, Alain Jassano, Laurent Richard. Was a lap down in the end. And then we had DNS for Matteo Nonblant and Sam Dari after that start line issue where they made contact before the race had even begun. So Charles Roussin parking in Parc Fermé, and already the VPS racing team are down there to celebrate with him. Big hugs with the VPS racing team. That's what it means to Charles Roussin and his wonderful maiden season. The Alpine Elf Cup continues. He's well on his way. Could be securing that big prize pot to help finance a GT4 campaign for next year. It's over 100,000 euros that these guys are fighting for, or a slice of that 100,000 euros anyway. The debut win in Nogaro and victory here. He's the first repeat winner of the season. Just going from strength to strength by the looks of it. Seems like no one can touch him when he's out there in the lead of the race. Even yesterday, before we found out about the 5-second penalty, it was just absolutely impervious. Let's take a look at how he managed to do it. It was a cracking start from Charles Roussin from the second row of the Grey Blues. Pierre Sansonina, who got the whole shot down into the first corner. The Pro Car, the 2018 champion, leading the field into the first corner after taking the lead away from pole sitter Leo Jousset. This was our second attempt once we actually got going after the aborted start. And we had contact a little bit further back. It was the 23 machine of Laurent Richard that didn't quite make it out of turn 4 in one piece. Leo Jousset with a big lunge up the inside as Charles Roussin had already made his way through on Pierre Sansonina. Lucas Papin joined the fight as well, getting through on Sansonina at turn 3, showing the 2018 champion how it's done. Great battles further back as well between the number 16 of Gaspar Simon against Thibaut Bossy. Side by side, he ran as well with Florian Coruble through turns 7 and 8. And then Lucas Papin getting his move done for the last spot on the podium against Enzo Geraci, yesterday's race winner. It's a battle that raged long and hard. It was a real to and fro. Charles Roussin takes his second victory of the season ahead of Leo Jousset. Lucas Papin joining them on the podium for the first time. Fastest lap going to Leo Jousset in the end, at 1:53.1 at 7.5. Just under a tenth of a second quicker than what Charles Roussin managed. And we will have the podium for the Alpine runners. It's all junior top 3 once again. Charles Roussin, Leo Jousset, and Lucas Papin. In the challenger class, as we mentioned, Florian Coruble, Sandro Perasuti second after that 5-second time penalty, and Thibaut Bossy on the podium in that class as well. So same drivers again, but again in a different order. Philippe Bourgeois, the victor again in the gentleman class. Frederic de Brabant second once again. But it's Philippe Bourgeois taking the gentleman class win, but yesterday's race winner in that class, Philippe Lorica, finishing 3rd actually in the end. So that's all from the Alpine Elf Cup Series in at Portimao. We will be back at Spa-Francorchamps on the 1st and 2nd of June.